going to talk about some different options. There's just so many options. Some, they may or may not work for your child. Today I'm talking about setting up a Montessori style area that your child can be at school, at home. Because being at home, it's a whole new world now. Now home is just not only to relax, but to also have school at. So here's a more high-techer area that you can set up. This child has his own office. He has a little desk, and the shelves are set up sort of in a Montessori style. They can pull one material at a time off and either lay out a mat on the floor, or they have the option of a desk to do the task. You have to teach each task carefully, as they do in Montessori style, so that the child learns to imitate and do the task, the learning tasks that you have set aside for them. So this is just one option. But now you say, well, Marianne, I have a small apartment. I don't have a whole desk area and a big shelf that I can put up in a separate quiet room. The room has no distractions. This is a dining room area without any distractions. But I'm going to show you what you could do in an apartment next. Okay, so if you have a small apartment, like I have a small bedroom that I'm staying in, you can take a box and make a school cabinet. The box is at the height of a child, so they can stand at it. It's also, let me show you a little how I created it, so you can see I just took a box, and there's all the shelving. I used other boxes to make these shelves, some duct tape. Created a simple box to put the school supplies in. Now, the other thing you can do is you can put your schedule, picture schedule. You can put house to weather. They can check the weather each day, days of the week, so that they know when it's school. Now you can decide which days you want to have school. Perhaps if there's Zoom on certain days, you could note the days that they have Zoom, and then it's all contained, the materials they will need for it, and you can turn the box around. If you don't want to access it, it'll fit in your bedroom. So it creates a routine, and it gives a visual cues. Okay, so this means it's school time. Okay, today is school time. Our box is getting open. It is now school time. I'm going to show you one method that you can use to give you 3 positions. You have the position for a child standing at it, sitting at a table, which I'm going to have my grandson demonstrate for you, standing and sitting at a table, but I'd like to demonstrate the floor option too. So here's the floor option. I'm using a black towel, and the reason I'm using black is that the materials will show up good against the black background. So the child will be able to learn to focus. So you can see there's not a lot of distractions in this area. You can set it up in an area with little distractions. Roll out the towel. The child can learn to actually do the whole task themselves. That's sort of the Montessori style is what they do. Is the children roll out mats. They get to choose what they want. Now I recommend you start with only 2 activities, and then you have to actually teach the activity. So they would pull the activity off the shelf. Once you teach them, then they can pick between the 2 that you've taught them, and then you can check them and see if they're correct. And then eventually they can get totally independent, and you can walk away and they can say, oh, Mom, I finished it. Or they can raise their hand or give you a tap on the shoulder, or maybe you have a card. They can show you a card that says all finished, so they can pull their card that says all finished. Then you can come over and check it and not even have to be there. Initially, of course, you'll have to be there to help them. So I'm going to show you how to lay out this one here. We're going to lay out this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay out the activity. This is a fine motor. This has a lot of different components to this activity. It has fine motor. It has numbers. So I lay out 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, I would teach them how to do that. Then to add the fine motor component, I have tongues, so they're going to match the colors, they're going to match the numbers. I'm going to start with 1 here, then 2, 1, 2 green, be purple. And then, of course, I'm always trying to promote health in all my materials, because nowadays we really need to, the more you see it, the more exposed to health you'll be. So there's vegetables here for my materials to teach things. What you see is what you will eat. So there, so then when they're all done, they clean up. So then it's time to clean up. We put everything away and back into the cabinet. So you can also extend it. They can feed the pom-poms, since they were vegetables. If you have a tennis ball around, you can actually feed him the food that they laid out in the numbers. That makes it fun. Another two-handed activity, holding this, holding the tongs, and feeding them. So then for a third, now we put this all back into the basket. You know, whatever you have around, you can use boxes for baskets. You don't have to have an official basket. Like I said, this whole thing's made out of a box. Then the other two-handed activity is they can roll up their mat. That's another good two-handed activity, is rolling the mat up. So you can teach them how to roll the mat. You know, it takes two hands coordinately to roll it up, which is an activity that I'm sure they did at preschool. If they were at preschool, they had to roll up their bags. So it keeps the skills that they learned. They would have had to roll up their blankets and bag and put them away. So that is there, put away. So we've just shown some ways to encourage independence, help create routines. We showed 3 different positions and offer choices to start, you know. So I'm going to say, after this video, I'm going to show the one with my grandson, and he's going to demonstrate standing at it and then at the table. So have a happy weekend, have a happy, healthy week, and best to you in your homeschool. Here's Tucker setting it up. Open up your box and do your first activity like Mom showed you. If you notice, the box is right at his standing height so that he can do it.
What's like this?
Now remember, we got to lay out the numbers first. Put the numbers out first. Go ahead, lay out your numbers. Put them in order. Number 1 first.
Number 1?
Number 1. Then you find a match. You have to match 1 to 1. Then put them in order. 1, 2, 3. What's next?
5.
Now after 3 comes what? 1, 2, 3,
4.
All right, so put 4 next. Good job. 2, 3, 4. Then what's next?
5.
Okay, then put 1 block next to each one. Remember how to do it? Number 1 gets 1 block. Number 2 gets how many?
2.
Go ahead, put them together.
This is number 5. I made a lot better of that number. That one is very 4.
Remember, you help paint your school box. This is for school days that you can do this.
It's school day.
No, today's, we're just practicing for school day.
Good. I teach right now. I'm done.
Okay, you all done? You're going to put it away. Good job. And then put it back in your cabinet. And you'll be all done. Good job taking everything apart, too. You're very thorough here.
That one don't need to take apart.
It's just one, right?
Yeah. Orange. Number 1. Number 1. Number 5. Number 4. Number 3. Number 2. Number
So if you're all done now, fold up your mat and put everything back in your cabinet. Go ahead. Take your mat, open up your cabinet, put it back. Right back in here.
But there's a different game.
Well, now then you would pick a different game if you want to stay at school. You want to take that one over to the table?
Yeah.
Okay, because you only do one at a time. So you put your mat away, and then you close your hat. Take it over.
Oh no! I found something.
All right, put it back.
That
Go out.
goes with the blocks.
There we go.
Now,
All right, you want to sit at the table and do this task? You can sit at the table with it.
what did tattoos?
This was the cutting the vegetables that you learned. Remember, these are things you do by yourself, and then you put them away.
Where's the knife?
It's right here.
Oh yeah, so right.
All right, well, thanks for showing everybody how you use your box. That's for school time, right?
Yeah.